watching. Honestly, that's all I need. Instinct takes over and now I'm walking, hoping the words will come to me. Strangers, dear, but you don't have to look at me that way, or else I'll have to say, you know your biggest fear, but what I'm sure you'll miss out on the most. So shall we have a beer? It maybe sounds crazy, I know you had a hard night in the spotlight.
Stay right there. This is street music, so it stays right here. No high rock, I'm hip hop.
AKA your girl DY.
Fake rappers stand down and stay right there. This is street music.
I touch it and it's blessed.
In walks the girl with her hair all woolly, flow on, swole, the unexpected bully. I am not what you thought. Body suckers for sport and slaughter the ones I caught, recorded and then report. Yeah, I'm a star, but I rock my day-to-day gear just so you don't feel me when you see me trying to play fair. My abilities are my greatest advantage.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at Doug at thedougstewartshow.com. Talking about this OJ story, OJ out in the streets. Hugh Freeze out at Ole Miss with some real crazy shit. You calling hookers on your damn job phone. Okay, all right. And the other big story out there today, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, kind of like a follow-up of the story from a couple days ago. Mike Vick apologized for saying earlier this week that free agent quarterback Colin Kaepernick should cut his hair to help change his image. Appearing on the Dan Patrick Show on Thursday, the retired NFL quarterback said he was truly sorry for making the comments Tuesday on Kaepernick's hair during an appearance on FS1 Speak for Yourself. His comments quickly went viral and have been criticized widely in the media. I haven't seen any – yeah, I have seen a couple of people that thought that spoke out loud and said and argued for Vick and why. You notice the people that didn't have a problem with what Mike Vick said. They don't understand. They don't understand like the backstory to the comments, and how black people's hair have been addressed and how it's been an issue, quote unquote, an issue in this country for a long, long time. And to say some shit like that really just brings back that whole conversation, that narrative. Here's a quote from Vick. He says, "At the end of the day, what I said I should have never said. I think it was taken out of context in regards to what I was trying to convey." It wasn't taken out of context. Wait a minute now. It was not taken out of context. You said exactly what you meant to say, and what everybody understood what you were trying to say. I think what he meant by saying it was taken out of context was the fact that he was really trying to help dude, which we talked about it yesterday and when the story first came out. I think his intentions were meant to be good. It was just the delivery, and it was the fact that he said it on this public forum, and also the fact that it has nothing to do with anything. At the end of the day, somebody's hair, especially in 2017, to have a conversation about somebody's hair and the fact that they don't, get a job or shouldn't deserve to get a job is so asinine, I can't even put it into words. It just is. He says, I think it was taken out of context in regards to what I was trying to convey, but I only want to help Kaepernick, Vick said Thursday. I do believe that. I do believe he genuinely wants to help dude. It's just sad that he has been so brainwashed to a degree and trying to cow-tie to the establishment that he would actually come out and say that shit. I'm not a general manager. I'm not the guy who makes the decisions on getting him signed, and I'm only truly sorry for what I said. I think it should have used a better choice of words. No, he shouldn't have used words, period, if they were going to be negative towards Colin Kaepernick on an open forum once again. He should have pulled dude to the side. That's the second part of this, what he got wrong. Obviously, his afro has nothing to do with him being signed, and I wasn't trying to relay that message, he continued. It was more so about helping him at the end of the day. In all my interviews, all I've ever tried to do is help him and talk positive. What this is Mike Vick is still, it's crazy to go from one of the most beloved ninjas in the history of Ninjaville. Think about it now. Think about it. In Ninjaville, I mean, you could probably give your top 5 most beloved ninjas in the history of ninjas. Mike Vick might make that list. So in that top 5 list, you got guys like Huey P. Newton, Muhammad Ali, Minister Louis Farrakhan, and maybe making the top 5 before this week may have been Mike Vick. So he probably got it from his cousins and them and his auntie. Everybody probably lit his ass up. Like, dude, what are you saying? His boys, people he grew up with, players that he played with, high school, college, and pros. Everybody, they probably were blowing his phone up. And to go from being one of the most beloved ninjas in the history of ninjas to being ostracized like this, man, I mean, absolutely creamed on Twitter over the last couple of days. Maliciously, I mean, just blatantly, with great vigor, he's been getting killed. And so it's probably wearing on him, man, to go from being beloved to the point that he was to this, man. So he's come out and apologized, and I agree, and I said it, man. The two issues I have with, one, the statement about Colin Kaepernick, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, not being a good quarterback. If you're trying to compare him to Joe Montana or what Tom Brady's done in their career, yeah, that's a justifiable statement. But compared to everybody and their mama who has a job in the NFL right now, throwing 16 touchdowns and 4 interceptions last year, is bullshit. That's a lie. That's a lie. I mean, just if you're not going to say the truth, just don't say anything at all. That's number one. And the second thing, obviously, was the whole thing about the hair. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? And then people started listing out all of the great players that never had a problem or it was never an issue about their hair, in sports. So, I mean, if you just make those comparisons, it's just ridiculous. So he messed up, man, and he's apologizing for it. I guess you got to take him for his word. but it was definitely a bad look. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Loose neck, Ole Miss whole side. Doug was a badass. I look back at it, man. And I remember this term being thrown around a lot whenever teachers talk to my parents. Doug is a class clown. Your son is a class clown. Your son is a class clown. He tries to be the class clown. He's a good student. He's pretty bright, but he tries to make people laugh at all times. I think they call it being a class clown. I remember that term being used about me. From Sandman, in-school suspension was fun and redan. From Clay, Jeff, Blake, Davis. I've been in school suspension and in-school suspension for arriving late to school. Ugh. From Wody 504, I had many of in-school suspensions. Isn't that shit the worst? You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I mean, the absolute worst. From, from Sydney, Ole Miss Jackson. Good morning, sir. He says, know that he ain't got that dog. And some made-up ish because people only focus on scoring and not the rest of the game. What about a key defensive play in crunch time or making the right pass? I think he's talking about either Derrick Rose or Rondo. I don't know. I can't exactly tell you. From let's see, who do we have here? From Al Thompson. My mother would drop kick the ish out of me talking about in-school suspension. My mother did do that. From the 47 problem, I'd be worried about someone would try to get me in trouble if I were OJ. I'd ask them to put me in solitary confinement. Yeah, and talking about this next 2-month stretch that he got. Like, right, I'd be so leery. I'd be so leery of somebody trying to set my ass up. Somebody, for God forbid, trying to shank me before I get out of there and make a name for themselves. You know? If you watch Power, man, you see how court politics works. And so, you know, the people outside talking to people inside, you know, and maybe somebody really feels like O.J. Simpson was a murderer and, you know, feels like he should pay more of a penalty than what he's paid by being in jail for 9 years. They make a call to somebody in there, part of the Aryan Nation, and then O.J. Simpson just gets shivved to death in a cell. That's how it works on TV. That's how it works on TV. I'd be so goddamn, you know, cautious. My head would be on a swivel for these next 2 months. I wouldn't be able to concentrate. I'm so excited to get out. I wouldn't be able to concentrate. I wouldn't be able to function knowing that I'm about to get out. But something could go wrong. There's a lot of time for something to go wrong, man. A lot of time. Yeah. From Chuchi, Justice for Jasmine. OJ isn't OJ in a medium security jail? Will he have that issue you're talking about, him needing to hide from? I don't know. I'm just thinking he's in jail. I don't know to what level of jail he's in. I don't know. From Wody 504, did Doug just compare Power to real life situation? You don't watch Power? I'm telling you, you need to watch Power. Everything you need to know about what OJ is going through right now and for the next 2 months, you can kind of get an in-depth look at by watching Power. Yeah. From Donovan Freeman, normally they aren't sent in isolation. Or they are sent in isolation when it gets too close to getting out. Okay. All right, that's good. That's good. LD. OJ better watch out for colonizers setting him up to break his parole when he gets out. That's what he better be worrying about. So not only would I be worried about these next 2 months, I'd be worried about just what you said, LD. Somebody with an axe to grind. You know, Nicole Brown Simpson, Ron Goldman's cousin, third cousin or whatever on their mama's side. Dropping dime on me talking about they saw